What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, we'll talk about some of my favorite hobby applications that I use on my iOS device on my iPhone, and hopefully you can take advantage of some of these applications. I am not sponsored by them. I do use them daily, if not hourly, and so hopefully you get to take advantage of those. And if you have your own favorite applications around the hobby and around sports cards and trading cards, please leave them in the comments. Let's get started with today's video. Oh, and before I forget, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you can. Thanks. All right, so the very first application that I'll show you is actually eBay. I mean, I'm sure everybody uses this app, no matter where you live, what kind of cards you collect, or what kind of collectibles you collect. I mean, this is really the best place that I go to look for cards, comps, and look at auctions. And I have a few sellers saved on my favorites so that I can go and scroll through what kind of latest cards that are listed under them. And I also have obviously saved searches for cards that I'm specifically looking for, things like 2015 Flawless, 2020 Dynasty Formula 1. Those are some keywords that I've been following for a while, and I'm also watching a lot of different cards here, right? So typical F1 stuff, you may say. Haven't really updated this in a while, but some tennis in there as well. So definitely my most used application, my most notification as well. Love this Sam Kerr, by the way. I made an offer and it got declined, but this Sam Kerr Superfractor 101, amazing card. Anyways, that's my first application. Next one up is the Card Ladder app. Shout out to the Card Ladder team for this application. What I love about Card Ladder is they actually scrub the data for you. So if the item never got paid or got canceled on eBay, it doesn't populate here most of the time, I think. And it also has data points from auction houses like Golden, PWCC, etc. I don't think Alt, but I use this app pretty much every single day. As you can see, Charles Leclerc 2020 Topps Dynasty. You can look at sales history, so that's like what was sales transaction in the last whatever days here, as you can see. But what's amazing about this as well is I think this is the feature that is more prevalent for bigger sports categories or cards that are more well known. So if we do 2017 Jason Tatum Refractor PSA 10, and we go to the ladder section of this. I might have spelled his name wrong, have I? It's not working. Let's see, 2017 Jason Tatum. I think actually in Prism it's called silver, so that's my bad. If we go to the Prism base here, we can select to look at, instead of base, silvers. And you can also toggle what kind of grade you would want to look at. So we look at PSA 10. You can look at basically a line chart or a time series of the card values. So you not only see what was the last comp or last sold prices, but you get to see like an overall trended view of this. So if you look at 6 months, it's down a little bit, and it also shows you over last year it's down 55% or whatnot. And I think what's also important to see here is the number of transactions, so number of sales, 267. I think that's pretty credible. So if you see, like, let's say 100% down year over year, but there's only been 2 sales, it's like a little bit skewed, or there's not enough evidence or basis for that assumption. But that is a metric. But also note, like, what's the sample size, what's the population we're talking about here. So Card Ladder, obviously a big app. I'm sure a lot of you guys use it as well. I use it, pretty much anytime I'm comping something or, trying to look for trends or values. Next app I'll show you actually is an app that I use pretty much anytime I'm opening boxes. For sure when I'm opening boxes and when I'm going around shows and, want to comp something really quickly. So that's the Centerstage app here. This is super cool. You can essentially put your card in front of your camera and it tells you sort of the value of the card. So raw $5, and they derive that, I think, from previous sales mostly. So I have some F1 Sapphire cards here. So that's picking up as a refractor. And what's important about this app is actually lighting. So if your lighting is decent, this will kind of pick up the cards pretty well here. So this is the Daniel Caveat sapphire base, and then we have a George Russell chrome base, $35. As you can see all the raw transactions here. These are raw. It also picks up PSA cards. I don't have any slabs with me right now, but you get to see, I think, data points from many different auction platforms, not just eBay. So I love this tool. As I'm opening boxes, you want to know, what the value of a card is, as quickly as you can. And so I love this one, like this. So I have a bunch of sapphire cards in front of me right now, but this is the George Russell card. I love it. It's super efficient. It's getting more efficient. I feel like it's getting more accurate as well over time. And, they not only have categories covering the big three sports, basketball, baseball, football, but also Formula One, soccer, I think even TCG actually. So check it out. It's an amazing app. Next app that I use pretty much like maybe actively about 3 to 4 days a week, because there's typically, I think, 1 to 2 auctions every month, is the Alt app. If you guys don't know what Alt is, they are, I guess, a vault company, a marketplace company. Their structure is a little bit different. They don't, charge buyer's premium on the buyer, but I think they might have a seller's fee. I've actually never sold on Alt, so I could be wrong, but so fact check me on that. But as a buyer, I never had to pay buyer's premium. So here, I use Alt mostly for their liquid auction that happens. So there's one live right now. It's ending tonight. So liquid auction is their sort of form of live auction platform for higher ends, but I think I've seen like decent chunk of like mid to low ends as well on here. It's really great. The UI is great. You can see by categories. I typically like to look at things like soccer cards, racing cards, other cards, mostly, and if they have like tennis or something like that, I would look at that. There's actually this Rapino that's on auction right now. So as you can tell, I had bid it for this just to get into like the extended auction. It's at $452. I think that's pretty darn good. It was at one point, it says near 700. Like really, besides like the value of this, this is just such a cool card with like a patch, number 299, a great autograph. It mimics that amazing exquisite set. So I might still go for this. We'll see how much I bid for it. Do I want it? Yes, but do I want it badly? No. So we'll see what happens with that. There's Alex Morgan there. Bunch of good cards. Oh, there's the Ronaldo Gold 2017 Topps Chrome first year Topps Chrome UFA product of BGS 9.5. This is sitting at 4.25K. The alt sort of like estimated value of this, as you can see here for Ronaldo, it says it's 5K to 8K. You can take that with a grain of salt, honestly. Like, I haven't really relied on that to say, oh, it's now because it's sitting at 4.25, it's undervalued, so I should go for a steal here. I think the range is quite large, 5 to 8. That's like near what, 2-3 standard deviation. It's quite large, so I wouldn't look at that number, necessarily. I would use typically apps like Card Ladder and eBay to see what the sort of like, last comps were in the last couple months, and before deciding this would be sort of my maximum ceiling of bidding amount. But of course, if you have 2 people who really want the card, this can go well above 8K. That's my opinion. I got a PSA 10 for well over that. Magic the Gathering, that's a super cool card. Has some Marvel. I don't know anything about Marvel, but Marvel cards are expensive as well. Some Formula 1 cards there. I'm watching this one, as you can see from the star that I have on the Max Verstappen SP Gold Sapphire PSA 8, because I have the same copy of it. So wanted to make sure I understand the comps well in case I move it in a trade or I end up selling it. So that's another app that I use, probably good 2 times a month on sort of like that auction time frame to purchase or to just look at comps. Last but not least, I want to show you this collectors app. It's a app that our team's been working just tirelessly on this. So you can basically add a card to your collection and note to send to vault. You can send to vault whatever card you have in your collection, or you don't have to send to vault. You can just kind of like keep track of all the cards that you have. So we can go ahead and add, maybe you can use a camera to add this as well. Let's try that. Actually, I don't have any PSA slabs around me right now. Actually, I do. Give me a second. This is a card that has had me crying a lot. This was about 2 years ago. One of my first subs that I had with PSA. It's like, what? This amazing card, no corners dented. How could it get a PSA 6? I don't know if you can see it in the screen there. There's like a crease that honestly, I don't know if that was there before or after. I never really had the eye for this, when I first started collecting. So never got rid of it. It's still here. So let's try this with, I guess I'll type in the PSA number here. That, and this will pop up. Picture doesn't pop, unfortunately, but price paid, let's say 10 bucks. So I can add this to the collection now, and it's showing up at the top. And the lock button on the right, it's unlocked, unhooked, so which means it's not vaulted. So if I want to send this to the vault, I can just click send to vault. But I don't think I'm going to send this to the vault. Really, from a value perspective, not really great, but also just like a great reminder, a humbling moment of my grading streak there. Anyways, that's it of all the apps that I kind of actively use, mostly like on a monthly or weekly or daily basis. If you have your favorite app that you use that I didn't mention here, make sure to leave that in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, by the way, and I'll be announcing the giveaway winners of this beautiful pink hat on my next video, so watch out for that, and I'll also post it on a post so that you are aware that you have won a hat. But thanks, everybody, for all your support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. That was awesome.